Go. There we go, everybody. We are live. Happy Sunday, everybody. You can see we're a little short-handed today. Tam is under the weather. Mary Beth still got work stuff going on. Moose is getting high out in Colorado. Lucky son of a bitch.
Right.
So big hearts out to Tam. Hopefully you start feeling better. Give some shout outs to who is here today. We got Raven Shadow. We got James Rivera. Tam's in the chat. Lady Loves Vapor. Kind Ground's in the chat. Stalker. Core Vape. Nurse Vapes is out there.
The nurse.
Yeah. She was telling me she was getting trolled like a son of a gun last night on her stream. Chevy Man's out there. James Rivera. What's up, Al Ben? What's going on, guys? So today we getting in. Oh, Chrono's out there. What's up, brother? Joey, hopefully you're feeling better. Fog Vlog's going on. They had a good show earlier. Highway Vaping. Alan, what's going on, brother? Gareth, everyone's popping in. All right, cool.
Shut up, James Rivera.
What am I missing there?
Nurse Vapes couldn't have got it any worse than Nick Evans was getting it last night on Pippa's show. Man, they were going after him.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Thought the snow was done.
Oh, you got snow last night? What the hell?
There's a little bit. It melted. It's gone by now, thank God.
Yeah, it was 70 something here yesterday, and today it's down to the 50s. And it was raining earlier, but then the rain cleared out. I was like, oh, okay. Had the dog outside a little bit. Wore her ass out real quick. She needs to get back in game shape.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It was crazy. I was like, come on, man, really?
Damn.
That's all right though. Get it out of the way.
Exactly. All right, Alan said it was 21 when he woke up this morning. I don't know. Where are you at, Alan? You out in... And the last one, I talked to him, I think he was coming out of California or something. He said having some truck issues. Oh, I figured you're getting snow still, Raven. You're up there in Utah. I mean, I think it snows till about May, maybe June. So how's your week been?
Mine's been good. I worked from home a couple of days this week because the boy was on spring break. So
Nice.
other than that, it's nice to work from home. You can be a little more lazy and sit around in your underwear and work. So
yeah, if I had a type of job where I worked from home, it'd be really difficult to be disciplined enough to be able to pull it off.
It takes practice.
I have friends that have home offices that do a lot of IT work and stuff like that from home, and it's just like, dude, how do you do it? And like, I know like Life gets up at 4:30 in the morning, does a stream, and then starts working. Like, man, that's dedication there. I don't know if I have that kind of drive.
yeah, I did it for about 8 years, and then that company wanted me to come into the office, and I was just like, no.
Yeah, right.
So I've got a new job now, and my wife was out of work, and she had surgery and weight restrictions and stuff. So they set me up with their VPN, and I was able to work from home a couple of days a week. So
Sweet.
Love my new job that they allow me to do that. It's really nice.
Oh, absolutely. See, Jeff Lawson's out there. Mr. Burgundy, a whale's vagina to you, sir. Socrates, yes. Going on AEK, AEK, AEK. So what kind of week have you had, Adam? What have you been up to? And play any gigs this weekend or anything?
No, we've been just kind of waiting for the weather to warm up. I mean, we had a couple shows like the last couple weeks or whatever, but they were fairly uneventful mostly. So we've just been taking time to like work on our new stuff. Little Eddie of Eddie and the Arsons came over 2 nights ago, I think, and brought his recording gear over. And I knocked out like, I think 8 or 9 like full songs on the bass for like the new shit. So it's like almost an album, like a full album's worth of songs that we're working on right now. So probably summertime, we'll have an album number 2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How did that gig go that you guys did the St. Patty's Day real bougie uppity deal?
That was my other band.
Oh yeah, that was
the Disheartened. It was fun. It was like a little backyard party. They had like 2 kegs of like real fancy beer, like a real fancy lager, and then they had like a sour, and then they had like just plates and trays of like all kinds of food, little fire like warmer spots for everyone to stand and stuff. And then we had like this little patio furniture set with like a fire pit in the middle of us with the PA set up out there, and we just played around the fire.
Oh, cool.
It was really cool. Yeah, we had fun, and we got asked for our info by a lot of people. We'd love to have you at our this and that party or this party or this party. So we'll be doing more acoustic shows with that band, which is kind of fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, because we do like a lot of Zeppelin, and we do like an 80s block. So we do like "Don't You Forget About Me," stuff like that, and like Tears for Fears, like a bunch of weird random 80s stuff. So it's fun.
So now you're gonna be able to throw in "Live and La Vida Lando" in that mix now.
It's a pretty easy song, actually. Surprisingly, I never thought I'd have to learn that stupid song.
You do it better than Ricky Martin did.
Now I know Now I know how to play that song. So got something else in my little book of tricks.
There you go. That was fun.
Yeah. Thanks again, Lando.
Yeah. Right. Talk about the randomizer, and I saw mine was the second run. I'm like, damn. Sorry, guys. Close. I tried.
You'll have to learn that Buster Poindexter "Hot, Hot, Hot" song next.
Hot, hot, hot.
Oh, God.
He was actually in the New York Dolls. He was the singer in the New York Dolls.
That makes a lot of sense now.
It does.
Yep.
I never even really put 2 and 2 together. That totally makes sense, though.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I mixed this one up yesterday as a raspberry chocolate cheesecake.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's going to need a little bit more of a steep, but surprisingly, I was able to get the raspberry to get through all that cream and all that chocolate, because you'll see in the mix, I put in 2% glamour chocolate and here, I'll just fucking pull it up. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Why not? It says you're sitting here shooting shit about it. Let me pull it up.
I haven't seen it, so.
No, here we go. Yeah, and we're a biscuit to give a little bit more to the crust, because I hate graham cracker crust personally. I'll use it if I have to, but you're going to have to put a gun to my head. Yeah, see, 2.5% glamour chocolate with 1% dark chocolate, and this raspberry actually overtook it, which is surprising. Using 2% Flavor Art raspberry and 1.5% Flavor.
That's where I usually use Flavor Arts, I think.
Yeah, I usually use about 2 because it's strong, but it's not crazy strong.
Yeah, it's actually at 2 in my recipe that I'm gonna share.
And then I did a different twist on the 1, 2, 3 cheesecake base.
I was gonna say that you got like a 1, 2, 3 cheesecake going on. That's cool. I took out the
New York and I put the vanilla custard in there just because I have it and I haven't used it in a while and I wanted to see what it would do. There's no other reason. And then I remembered that when I got that bottle from 1-on-1, it was missing the tip. I'm glad I noticed it before I went to start squeezing it in, because then it would have made a mess.
Got a circumcised bottle.
Yeah, well, no, missing the whole. It's just a bottle. There's no tip at all. I mean,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. No, just a cap. So I just kind of poured it in there. Since I got these wide mouth 30 ml bottles. These things are nice, actually. These are ones from Kidney Puncher that they were running a sale on, like 10 cents a piece, 20 cents a piece.
Oh yeah.
Bought 50 of them for like $10.
Oh, that's a hell of a deal.
They know you on shipping. And they come individually bagged. So now you get a whole bunch of bags they'll ship stuff out in.
Put your weed in there, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said too. You put your weed in there. That'd be a lot of weed in that pack.
Oh man. Yeah, that looks good, dude. I would mix that if I wasn't missing a couple.
Yeah, I mean, it's borderline fairy-fied, eight flavor recipe, but I figured with the cheesecake, with the 3 different things going on, I mean, you're not going to get low unless you just omit stuff that you really want to keep in there. So sometimes, 8 flavors actually does work.
Oh, I like it.
All right, stop sharing that. Let's see what he's saying out in the chat.
VTA dark chocolate, huh?
Yes, that stuff is very good. It's not to the point where, if you put a little bit too much in, if you get a little heavy handed, it's not going to take over.
It doesn't like dry out either. Like a lot of chocolates taste kind of dry to me.
Yeah, it doesn't do that too bad.
That's cool.
Let's see what he's saying out here while I was sharing screen. See,
I'm really
out there. What's going on?
I'm really interested in your jelly crimpet. I've been looking for a good use for that FLV jammy berry. And I love raspberry, so I need to get the apple stark. I don't have that one.
Yeah, that one. You know who first turned me on to that one was Mophead, because that's like his favorite apple, and I had picked it up, and Tam pointed out to me today she was being a flavor Nazi and saying you only have it in there as just as flavor apple. I said, well, that's the way it came up, and that's what that's the bottle that Bull City rebottled it in. She said, well, they're lazy. You got to put in a Stark apple. So then I went ahead and I added Stark apple. That's basically what it is, the Stark apple. It's not, it doesn't have the bite that Fuji does, but it has all the other good parts of the apple.
That could be useful, though.
Oh, yeah.
When you don't want that sharpness that Fuji has.
Yeah, because when the jelly crimpet, this was the really like fifth rendition, and once I got the cake down for the butterscotch crimpet, then I was like, okay, well, let me see what I can do with it. So I went ahead and started playing with it and changed the apple out last time, but now this time I changed the raspberry out, because anybody that doesn't realize Vape Train raspberry and the raspberry jam to me gets floral. Now when the jam, the floral seems to steep out and it gets really sweet and nice, but it wasn't what I wanted. Yeah, that's right, Tam. You are the flavor Nazi. Even in your ill health, you can still be a flavor Nazi.
Heil flavors.
With everyone getting sick, we kind of figured it out that it's actually Gottlieb's present to the American public on his way out. He just like released a virus, and all the kids are going to become zombies. He's going to blame it on the Joel.
It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic, I tell you.
Let's see. Raven Shadow's asking our thoughts on Vape Train's chocolate mousse, Vape Train shisha strawberry, Wonder Flavors cookie crust, and Innerwear's Yes Sweet Cheesecake.
I'll go with Yes Sweet Cheesecake. I really don't like it. Other people do like it. Alfred Pudding was using it like super high in some of his mixes, and it's just like really dry to me, like super dry, like it needs some more creams to back it up or something. I get the same thing from Innerwear as custard, though. Not everybody gets that. But
yeah, if you run an Innerwear custard over like 2.5, it starts to get dry.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is. It's one of them flavors. Just it's almost like a lot of stuff Innerwear has for some reason. It just seems to dry out. I don't know if it's something the Polish like over there or what, but
we like very dry.
Very dry air.
Yeah, I get that from Innerwear custard too. Actually, like it's not overbearing, but it does add a dryness. It's like a dry custard to me. It's strange.
If we start talking about custards, just freshest custard base and call it a day. Just be done with it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if you have custard premium and you want to use it in something, 2%, 2.5% premium custard from Flavor Art, and I enjoy that one too.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
That's another one I have to thank Tam for. She sent me 2 10 ml bottles of it.
Yeah, I just straight up bought a 30 of it because I knew that everybody else was liking it. I should probably like it. And I was really surprised at it's not as eggy as Caps, so it's not as polarizing. So it's a lot easier to work with in a mix. Tam, there's nothing wrong with me.
We're crazy.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' favorite raspberries? What do you like to work with? I know that we talked a little bit before we came on, but for everybody out there, what do you guys like?
Adam, go first.
So my I'm weird. I found a combination and I kind of just stuck with it forever. And that's 3% raspberry sweet TPA and 2% raspberry by Flavor Art.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much almost every single time that I've wanted a raspberry, I kind of go to those two. Even though I do have other raspberries, I feel like I just haven't effed with them enough. So what I probably should do is actually go through them and single flavor test them.
Well, let me ruin something for you, because once I mention it, you'll taste it and you'll never not taste it. You don't get any ketchup from raspberry sweet?
No, and people have said that before. Do not get it.
Huh. Yeah. It depends on what you're mixing it with. I get ketchup out of it if I'm mixing it with creams. When you start mixing it with creams, that's when it gets ketchupy to me. It's
I think
really
that's what it is. That when I think when I have messed with raspberry creams, I have omitted that and gone to like the Inawera choice, I believe.
Yep.
Because I actually have those two sitting right here, the Shisha and the Melina.
Yeah, I don't have the Melina. I have the Shisha, but I don't have the Melina.
I was smelling them earlier just to prepare myself to talk about them, and I was like, man, I should really start messing with these a little bit more. They're almost full. Like I bought them and I know they're good, and I know I've mixed other people's recipes with them. But yeah, I just need to find the time to get more mixier.
Well, Conrad, you want me to put up the notes that you shared, or do you want to share it?
Yeah, I can share it.
Okay, go ahead. Mr. Bergenski says he gets the ketchup thing. He says Shindo put it in his head.
Yeah, I think it was Shindo was the first person I ever heard say it on Wayne's channel. And I think I actually went back and tried a raspberry vape that I had, and I was like, he crazy.
Well, there are a lot of raspberries out there, but my absolute favorites are Inawera Shisha. It's like kind of like their Shisha strawberry. It's like a syrup.
Yeah,
it's like a raspberry syrup. It's really good.
That's exactly what it smells like too in the bottle.
The top, of course, is FA raspberry barrel. That is the one that everybody runs to all the time, just because it's so good. It's solid.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mix of top heavy kind of floral raspberry and heavier candy type sweetness. If you go over 2%, it can get pretty floral though. But everybody runs to that because it's so good. Inawera raspberry is good, but man, it's strong and it can dominate really easily. Like, unless you throw a bunch of other berries at it, or maybe some cactus at it, some EM to kind of shave off some of its harsh edges. That's usually what I'll do, is I'll throw like 1/4% or 0.5% of cotton candy ethyl maltol at it, and it kind of rounds it off a little bit.
A great idea, actually.
Yep. Another one that I like is Flavora Red Raspberry, simply because it's got this kind of funky, musty, woody kind of note to it that is kind of lends to its realism. If you toss a little bit of that at something like Shisha Raspberry, it brings it back from being syrupy into being a little more realistic. It's really good. But my all-time favorite is, of course, the most expensive, which is Medicine Flowers Wild Raspberry. It's one of those ones it's really potent. You don't need a whole lot of it, and it seems like it grows exponentially when you mix with it. Like over a steep time, it seems like it just keeps getting stronger. I've had recipes where I was wondering, man, this raspberry is dominating, and I kept having to back it off because after a steep, it just kept showing up. But it's really good. I find that if you mix that with a little bit of strawberry, Shisha strawberry in particular, and some cactus, it's just a touch of cactus, not even 1/4%.
Okay.
It's really juicy and really good, really, really good. It's really tart and sweet and bright. I love it.
Sweet.
It's worth the $22.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Wow.
Yeah. Some of my favorite recipes, I'm vaping on this macaron framboise that Tammy and Pippa worked on, and I really like it. The raspberry is really bright, which a lot of times in bakeries, it's hard to keep that raspberry bright. My only criticism is that I wish the cookie part of it was a little more. And I would suggest probably using something that Pippa absolutely hates, which is
Marzipan.
Marzipan. Yeah. Another one.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that recipe. Where do you want to click on your link and pull that mix up?
Sure. Let me share that one.
All right. What's going on, Fidalgo? Welcome. Thanks for popping in.
Fidalgo.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's really good. It uses some Molenberry, of course, which you would expect from Pippa.
Yeah.
It's got a really interesting combination of kind of creams and the white chocolate in there. The white chocolate, white fudge, whipped marshmallow, and the cream cheese icing kind of take that raspberry and knock the edges off of it. Because a raspberry can be a little much at even 0.5%, but it comes through really nice. And that kind of tartness in the cream cheese icing really pulls that raspberry forward. My only criticism is I'd like a little more of the cookie in there. The cookie bite, I don't know if it's just not bringing enough bakery notes with it.
No, I don't think it does. And I think it does. It's weird. It seems like it's one of them flavors that it'll fade in a steep at first, like after like the first 72 hours. Mm-hmm. And then you come back to it like a week or two later and it's back again.
Pops back up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those Flavora tobaccos that disappear after a week and then come back at 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird how, because I tried to drop the drops of Jupiter that they, Pippa and Tam collaborated on. And when I first vaped it, the very first night, that's all I got was cookie bite with a little bit of cream. And then the cookie bite went away after a day or two. And then the flapper pie was there, and you get the caramel and you get the meringue and you get everything. And then I tried it again last night after basically 3 weeks. It was just sitting here on the counter, and I'm like, oh, let me try that again. And the cookie bite was back again. So what it did over the other stretch of time, I'm not sure, but I know after about 3 weeks, it was, everything had balanced out.
One thing I really like about this mix is that 2% of FA meringues, a lot of people may think that that's a whole lot, but it's taken all those creams and the raspberry and lifting it up and kind of making it a little more airy, giving it some volume. And I think that ingredient alone kind of makes this mix. If they were to leave that out, it would just kind of be flat. But yeah, that meringue, sometimes that's one of those tools in your box that it's indispensable sometimes, and it's a miracle worker.
Yeah, it was one of the first flavors I ever bought.
Yeah, me too. That and a bunch of marshmallows.
Yeah, I was using more because everyone said, "Oh, yeah, sweeteners are bad. Sweeteners are bad. Use this as a sweetener instead." But basically the same thing. Using FA marshmallow, you're basically using EM anyway.
Right.
So it's not that much different. Just doesn't say it.
Right. Another recipe. Let me see if I can. I'll go back and let me pull it up real quick.
Oh no.
Where's it at?
Coffee.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
This was a recipe that I used to buy from Vapor in a Bottle. They make some really good juice. They don't use a sweetener. And when I was buying commercial juice, I just bought tons of it. And I've probably vaped 2 gallons of this recipe.
Oh, nice.
And then I changed their lemon on me. So right now, this recipe has FE lemon in it, which works really well. And they changed their lime, but the lime doesn't affect the mix too much. But it's kind of like a tart lemon lime raspberry. It's got a lot of strawberry in it, but the strawberry and the raspberry together just kind of taste like a generic red berry instead of one or the other. And it's one of those ones it's sweet and tart at the same time. It kind of hits all those, notes that you want in something sweet and tart, and it's really good.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely looks really nice. I was just looking to see, of course, the Molina and the lime I don't have. Everything else in it I do have. Actually, I think the Shisha strawberry I have is vape trains, which is good too.
Top if you're gonna come in here.
Yeah. Yep.
You do.
Mr. Burgundy, speaking of Effie Lemon, yes, I believe the SC Lemon, from what I'm hearing, is the same as Effie Lemon. They just changed the name on it.
Hang on a second. Let me pull it up in my notes because I'm going to be on Noted tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
And I tested both. Let me see here. And if I remember right, they didn't taste the same.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. But I think that was kind of what we were under the assumption of, like, because they have now the super concentrate mango over there as well, and everyone just assumes it's FE mango. So we'll have to check out. May have to buy from both and see.
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk. Let me look at my notes.
Exactly. Hey, Mr. Burgundy's thanking you for that, saving the day. Well, while you're doing that, I just got Nurse Vapes' mix. I'm going to go ahead and we'll pull this up on the screen. Give this a talk. There we go. So basically what she did here, the Perlum Raspberry, I don't have. I don't know if either one of you guys have messed with that one at all.
Nope. I don't have any Perlum flavors.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I think one day I'm actually going to do a test. I'm going to order something from China and something from Nick River and see which one gets to my house first.
I bet China.
I bet so too. Yeah, TFA Sweet Raspberry, 1.5%. That's basically what's turned into my favorite raspberry right now. It depends on the application. I mean, I really enjoy it for different things. Vape Train Sweet Cream and 3/4% whipped marshmallow. Yeah, it's nice, basic, 4 flavor, raspberries and cream. It works.
Yeah, that whipped marshmallow is surprising to me, how good it is.
I still have to get that one. It's on my list. I keep forgetting to order it.
Yeah, it's different than other marshmallows. It's kind of airy, and the vanilla in it isn't. I don't know. It's not real dark, but it's kind of bright. It's really good.
Kind of like that new marshmallow. Well, the opposite of the new marshmallow vanilla from Flavora, where you definitely get that dry vanilla coating, like you're just pulling a marshmallow out of a bag.
Yeah, I get a lot of that cornstarch coating that they put on marshmallows from that Flavora.
I absolutely get that.
And it's like you gotta do something to that. I like the vanilla note in it. It's just that kind of dry, weirdness.
Exactly. What's up, Lifa? What's up, Bucker? What's going on, brother? Happy Sunday afternoon to you. Did you find what you're pulling up there, Congress?
Yeah, I actually didn't test SC Lemon. It was a soluble aroma.
Salubarome, yeah.
Yeah, that I thought it was. So I'm gonna have to seek that one out and try it.
Yeah. How the way for as fast as Bull City is, you might have it by tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. They moved to a new warehouse. It seems like they've gotten a little slower.
I don't know, man. I always order on a Friday evening, and it's in my mailbox Monday afternoon. So I can't complain.
Well, the thing that just drives me nuts, it's like I'm getting it the same amount of time, but the package is traveling like all over the fucking country first. It's literally now their new warehouse. The old warehouse was about 75 miles from my house. The new one's about 90 miles from my house. It goes to Memphis.
What?
And then back to Greensboro. If I do the free shipping, no, if I pay for shipping, it just goes right to Greensboro, right to my house.
Wow. Yeah, I had one go from like Chicago to San Francisco and then back to St. Louis once.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, because they're using FedEx for their free shipping, FedEx Ground.
Right.
So everything has to go through the hub in Memphis. So it gets on a plane in Raleigh-Durham Airport, gets dropped in Memphis, gets on another plane, comes to the hub in Greensboro, then gets off the plane, gets put on a truck and brought to me.
Wow.
Somewhere along the way, it gets marooned on a deserted island.
Exactly. It's sitting next to Wilson.
Yeah. The hermit crab is just poking at it for a while.
Hermit crab comes out with popcorn lung and they blame everything else.
Right.
What's up, Capozzi? What's going on, brother?
Yo.
Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'll pull up my other mix, my jelly crimpet, that seems like everyone's starting to like this one. I love it. I finally nailed it. I'll admit I'm a little proud of it.
I can't wait to try it.
It's not a bunch of flavors. Let's see. Here we go. Basically, I finally feel I nailed a mix that I've tried multiple variations. The jelly was tough to nail down. It says V2 because I lost count on how many times I tried to make it. The TFA sweet raspberry gives it the brightness and sweetness without any floral notes that I needed. The jammy berry brings out the jelly and adds a dark berry note like the real crimpet. Golden butter and vanilla cupcake authenticate the cake perfectly, which surprisingly they do. The apple and boysenberry assists the raspberry and is actually when I looked at the ingredients on an actual jelly crimpet, that's part of the jelly. So I used the Stark apple and the boysenberry, 0.5% each, jammy berry at 1 and the sweet raspberry at 2. And it came together. It like clicked right away. I was just like, holy shit.
I'm going to have to try the cupcake and golden butter trick. That's one of my white whales is this vanilla cupcake. And I've probably been through 20 versions and I can't get what I like.
Yeah, well, I was trying to because if you can even get it out in the Midwest now since Flowers Foods bought Tasty Cake. They kind of distribute it everywhere now. Like a lot of Walmarts have them. Mm-hmm. And the cake, it looks like a pound cake and also looks like almost like a yellow cake, but it's like it has the density of a pound cake and has more of a yellow cake vanilla note flavor to it. And like I tried using like the Real Flavors Twinkie, the deep fried sponge cake, and that didn't work. Pound cake was too heavy. I thought about using, I think one time I even used a Flavor West yellow cake with a little bit of pound cake, and it still wasn't right. And so I decided, well, let me try this vanilla cupcake and throw some golden butter at it because you do get a greasy note on your fingers when you're eating it.
Right.
And it's the closest I've come. And Wayne liked it, so I'm going to stick with it. Nice. And Graham, here I am trying to impress a 28-year-old kid, but whatever. but Wayne knows his shit.
I'll give him some of that. He knows quite a bit. There's sometimes I think that he's a little too confident that he's right, and he's wrong. But
yeah, I mean,
and I'll go on the record saying that I like Pippa and Tam's raspberry macaron a lot better than his.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Stop share that.
Rhodonite.
Yeah,
was the Wayne one.
Yeah, I've never tried.
I mixed it up. I mixed it up because it won like recipe of the year, but it just turned to mud for me. There are a lot of recipes from well-regarded mixers that kind of just turned to mud for me after a week or so steep. Another one's that Pebbles recipe.
Yeah,
it's great fresh, but after a week, it's just like, what is this?
Well, Wayne had said about my butterscotch that he got a little bit of fatigue after a few pulls, and I can see what he's talking about because even with the jelly, it must be something in the vanilla cupcake that you take you chain vape it a little bit and it will fatigue you, but if you just put it down for a couple of minutes and then come back to it, then it's fine again.
I find the same thing with anything with fizzy sherbet in it. It's like it numbs your tongue.
Okay.
Like Alfred's 007 Cola, as good as that recipe is, I'll vape it for like 5 minutes and then I can't taste it anymore. And
Yeah,
then I
that's
set
what
it
happens
down.
with both of these. So I'm thinking there must be something in the vanilla cupcake.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think it'd be the golden butter.
I was when I saw the recipe first, I was surprised there wasn't something like some angel, like Wonder Flavors angel cake in it. Um,
I just thought that was going to be too light
yeah,
because it's it has like that golden look to it, and I just think the angel cake just makes me think of like a white cake.
right.
I mean, it might have worked, but I'm just going to stick to what it is for now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Real Flavors raspberry. I do not have that one. Do either one of you guys ever mess with that one?
No, I shied away from Real Flavors because there are a few of them that I have, but it just seems like the flavor's not there on a lot of them. It's just like with my vaping water. I mean, and they recommend you use them at 2%, and it's like there's nothing there. You push them higher and higher, and they try to fill in a lot of times. I mean, there are some ones like their strawberry is really good. That what is it? The Oreo, the cookies and cream, I guess that they
Yeah.
have. Yeah, that's really good.
Tam says Real Flavors black raspberry is delicious.
Oh,
That's a
I've
different
not
one.
had that.
Well, here I can actually pull up. I can go ahead and share this. This is actually my stash of what I have as far as raspberry goes. So, I mean, most of them we already talked about the FA raspberry, Flavor raspberry, we really haven't touched on. The one drop one, I used it one time, and surprisingly, it didn't suck. Like I know a lot of people killed the one drop stuff, and I did as well, but that one actually is decent. And I literally pulled a bottle out that I mixed like when did it come out? About a year ago. And
yeah, I feel like
and it was still there. You could still taste it. I did like a raspberry watermelon.
Wow.
And just like 4 or 5%, whatever it was, each flavor, and just slapped in a bottle and threw some PG and VG at it, and it's still decent, and you can still taste it. The one-on-one is I got that one as one of like free sample things, when you order from one-on-one, and it's sweet candy jelly like. I mean, I haven't really used it in anything because there really wasn't many notes on it. The raspberry jam from Vape Trance, I get a very strong floral note on it. Sweet raspberry, we talked about the shisha raspberry. We just talked about the sweet raspberry from Vape Train. I get the same thing. I get that floral note. But that maybe I could have ran it too high. I don't know. I was pretty much going by flavor notes that other people had put out there. But yeah, the raspberry jam, I will say, it did steep out that floral and just got sweet and very sweet. I mean, it wasn't what I wanted with that, as far as fit the profile for that the jelly for the crimpet, but it's actually pretty tasty now.
I think that raspberry jam's really good. I don't get a whole lot of floralness from it, but then again, I don't get a whole lot of floralness from Inawera Molina when I use it up high, and people call me crazy for using it at 3% sometimes.
Yeah,
but
you're crazy.
I like it.
Yeah, let's see what they say here. Average mixing quantity 2.4. The median is 2. Someone uses it at 10. I hate when they do that. They throw it in there. It's like just throws it all off. So if you're using it at 10%, you're just either testing something or you're just hate your life. Oh, here's Liam's. Sure. Okay, taste is subjective. These notes is what I taste. Raspberry jam tested 2%, 70-30 on the Bonza, 0.14, Nicrom 80 flaptons on the Pulse. 24 hours light raspberry with fate jam element. 9 days, slight increase in strength. It's definitely raspberry jam flavor. There's some juicy element from the raspberry with a nice sticky and and full mouthfeel generic store-bought brand of jam. 18 days, no change. Yeah, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5 is the main flavor. Standalone, 5 to 8. Ooh, yeah, I guess you could, obviously. And if Liam says it, I take that as the gospel.
One of the things I really like about it is the mouthfeel, and that's what kind of makes it for me, along with shisha raspberry, just that kind of syrupy, sticky, sweet kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's say if Liam puts it out there, it's got to be good. Oh, what's Tam put up? Oh, here's the macaroon framboise. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Oh no, we already did look at that. Okay, never mind. Christ, I didn't even start drinking yet, and we're forgetting shit. Adam, you got a recipe you want to pull up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the raspberry sauvignon from Saluba looks interesting. I'll have to check that one out.
I think I threw this together on Fresh's show one Friday, or possibly on TJ's show.
Yeah, hopefully Fresh starts feeling better. I felt bad yesterday. I had a chance to get on live mixing, and he messaged me. He's like, dude, I'm still sick. I'm like, oh, it sucks. Feel for him. He's got too much going on and getting sick right now.
All right, so my recipe, if the share button would work in Zoom, there we go. Thanks.
Okay, it wasn't just me because it was touching on my part too.
Yeah,
Here I am.
Being weird.
Here I am on the road again.
Yeah.
So this is Hit That Raz.
There you go.
So I want to say like a year ago, there was a sale at like Aegis Direct or one of those sites, and all the Mike Vapes juices were on sale. So I was like, fuck it, let's try them. Let's give them a shot. And I tried the strawberry frosted donut, which wasn't bad, but I was like, I would really like this with raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I could tell immediately that it had Capella's glazed donut in it, because that flavor is immediately distinguishable to me.
Yes.
A lot of people aren't huge fans of it, but I find that if you mix it with the yellow cake and some meringue, that it actually makes a nice donut. And I threw joy in there just to add a little bit more of the that yeasty goodness, I guess.
A little fried dough note.
And then, as I was saying earlier, my raspberry combination that I, was stuck with forever, the FA at 2 and the TPA at 3. And then I did the old Fresh 03 trick with the black currant and 0.25%. Now that I'm looking at this recipe and I'm thinking about shisha raspberry from Inawera, I think I'm going to take this recipe and do a little switcheroo on it, I believe, and see how that works out. Because honestly, I was smelling the shisha raspberry, and oh my God.
Honestly, this recipe scares me. I don't even own Joy because I'm just afraid of it. And that glazed donut is just straight Play-Doh.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of people get Play-Doh from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tam just sent me a mix. I'm going to show up after this. And I remember this one. This one's really damn good.
But yeah, I like this one. I blew through this bottle after I let it steep. So give it a try out there. If you don't like it, fucking you can come and yell at me if you want.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, leave me a constructive criticism on my ELR, because I actually don't get enough of that, and I would appreciate that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think people don't do enough of, is they mix it and then they forget to go leave a review. And even if you rip me a new one, as long as it's constructive, I don't mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me why you don't like the raspberry, or why you don't like the donut. Tell me what, I would have probably gone with this instead of that.
Exactly.
I love that stuff. That's how I learn.
Yep, that's how I learned too.
Here we go. I'm going to pull this one up. This is Tam's from January.
Yeah, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, the only flavor I don't have is the razzleberry. What is razzleberry? Is that like a combination like raspberry, blackberry?
Yeah, what is razzleberry?
I'm not sure.
It's kind of a candy-ish raspberry.
Okay. And the sugar cookie in there with the lemon meringue. Yeah, I could see this. I could see where the raspberry and where the raspberry and the lemon play together well. And brighten, like the lemon, I could just see it just totally brightening up that raspberry, almost like a neon sign.
Yeah, this is definitely going on the two mix list. I'm surprised I haven't seen it before.
I'm going to see if the adaptation is public. Yes, so this is this is the original where she had Mullenberry cookie bite in there and she removed that. Yeah, I could see removing that because you get that chocolate note out of the cookie bite that probably wouldn't go as well, I don't think, with these. So I definitely see where V2 worked better. Yeah, it's definitely something you're not gonna find this one in a secondhand store. And of course, the artwork, because Tam always puts up excellent photos. Yeah, raspberry lemon cookie gives you chewy. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I could see it's probably better without the cookie bite. Yeah, it definitely looks good.
Plus, Capella sugar cookie, yum.
Oh yeah, I mean,
for as much shit as Capella sugar cookie gets, it just works.
It does. I mean, take it easy, Joey. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, I love me some sugar cookie.
Oh, absolutely. Raven saying, I'm so out of it. Don't have sugar cookie. Oh, you need to get that on your list.
It's like Frank's Red Hot. You just put that shit in everything.
Exactly. Well, here we have Texas Pete, and they make it right here in Winston-Salem. I throw it out on everything. Throw it on your eggs, throw it on your burgers, throw it on chicken wings.
Yeah, here in my house, we go through a bottle of Sriracha and Frank's about once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a Sriracha down there. I don't think I've really messed with it, though. Yeah, this stuff turned out fucking good.
Yeah, I'm vaping that macaron framboise, and it's so good.
Yeah, I definitely have to. I don't want to put another shopping list together, but I think I may have to for a few things.
It's just the raspberry is so kind of tangy, and everything that they threw at it just like really showcased the raspberry in it. And I really like it.
Cool. Let me see. Anybody else's recipes I got pulled up here we need to check out? Did that one. That was the flavor notes. There's the framboise. There's the raspberry beret.
No, I'm trying to like think of any other like raspberry vapes by other mixers that I've vaped that were like mind blowing, but I just can't.
There's one mix that's a little polarizing. That's not really raspberry. It's grack juice. It's pretty much cactus.
Philosopher.
Yeah, it's got a lot of raspberry in it, and it's a pretty polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it, and it's one of those mixes that like you can get addicted to it. If I have, at least, I'll mix a 120 of it on occasion, and I'm just like, why haven't I vaped this for so long? And it's that culotta note mixes with the cactus, and he's using culotta as a flavor there.
Wow.
And, yeah, and it's really interesting and different and kind of off, but in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, Lady Loves Vapor asked about Hankson Raspberry.
I haven't tried that one either.
Neither has Tam. Whoa.
If what I remember from the noted episode on raspberry, like almost a year ago, they said it was not good at all.
No.
Yeah.
Hello, Giancarlo. Hello.
G.
It was a beautiful day up in New York yesterday. Did you see where Dimitri was actually at a Yankees game?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he went live on Facebook before the game started. It was like, sunny skies there. And well, Philly yesterday was even 75 degrees. It was warmer there than it was here.
I see Fidalgo out there. You missed me talking about medicine flower raspberry or wild raspberry.
Yeah, Red Sox. I got to go to Boston tomorrow. We'll start heading to Boston tomorrow, deliver on Tuesday. They're probably going to have their home opener this weekend, so it'll probably be, or this week, so I'll probably end up getting stuck in traffic Tuesday. They'll probably be off tomorrow, Tuesday. Probably play tomorrow.
I was in Boston once for a week. I saw the Grateful Dead. They were doing 5 days at the old Boston Gardens before they tore it down and redid it.
Oh, wow.
That was that was an interesting experience. All those hippies in downtown Boston.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they blended in very well.
No, and the cops weren't very nice. There were cops trying to perform crowd control with motorcycles, like lunging them at people to back the crowd up and stuff. It was pretty interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, Boston can be a different city. There's some good movies made about Boston though. Yeah, they're all about Irish mafia and stuff like that, but they're all really fucking good.
Oh yeah, that one with Johnny Depp as Whitey Bulger.
Really oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he just got killed too.
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
they put him in the wrong prison.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, Boondock Saints. That's another one. It's like between Ireland and Boston, and oh yeah, Boondock Saints 2, I think kind of sucked though. I think they should have just left it alone.
Yeah, some things don't need sequels.
Nope.
Like Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Oh, is this Tam? Tam's going to get some medicine flower samples?
Don't let my mom hear you say that.
Oh, Pippa's in the house. Pippa! Good morning. She's awake. Yeah, she's already talking shit with Five Vlog, keeping the dust off the trophy.
See you later, Theo.
Take it easy, brother. Have a good one.
Later, dude.
Yeah, it's like 10 o'clock at night there, so.
Yeah, he made a shit talk post on Facebook, and I came back with a Men at Work lyric.
Hey, he's just thankful he got electricity through the whole show today. So
yeah,
they're supposed to be fixing that over there. I heard they're paying a bunch of money to a company to get that all straightened out. Because me and Dietz were talking about it a couple weeks ago after the show and saying about how it, the corruption there is what caused it all. Like they had some corrupt president or something.
Yeah,
like South African version of Trump or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the first time that he mentioned it, I kind of looked it up and I was just like, wow, that's a serious issue.
Yeah. I'm saying I thought South Africa was a little bit more first world than that.
Right.
I'm just like, holy shit.
Hey, Pippa.
Yeah, Pippa had a good show last night with Nick on. Nick got it pretty good from his crowd over at Chef's.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I still have the floppy nuts right here. I'm gonna let this steep a little bit. And I got one that I don't know if the creator knows that he's going to be getting reviewed next week on Pippa's show, so I'm going to leave that be. But that one looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's a strawberry.
I keep trying to order that flapper pie, but it's out of stock whenever I go to order it.
Oh, damn. I'm trying to think where did I get mine at. Did I get mine at Bull City or did I get mine in Gremlin? I think it's Bull City. Yeah, I got mine in Bull City. I still have a good bit of it left too. And maybe I got the last one. Sorry, Conrad.
I'm gonna look and see if it's in stock real quick. Yeah, it is.
There you go.
Add it to my bag.
And then one thing I gotta look and see if Cyclone Mods is ever going to get the reducers in stock for my Citadel. They show them on there, but then when you go to click on it, it's not there. And they just like there's no link. Let me see. Let me check it now.
I've got this recurve and I absolutely love it. I mean, it's flavors on point. The only thing that I complaint I have about it is it's pretty easy to over drip or over squonk because there's like no juice well in it, but the flavor on it's really good.
Yeah, the Citadel I like. It's getting to the point now that I think I'm going to have to just order clones from China and just use them for parts.
Yep.
You wouldn't be the first person to do that. That's for sure.
Actually, looking right now, the Citadel itself, there's no option to actually purchase it. So they must have sold out right now. I don't know. Let me see what the hell's going on here.
The other good thing is Fast Tech has what is it, SXK Hadley clones for like $11.
Are the SSK ones any good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah,
they're like one of the
the better
premier clone companies. Yeah.
yeah.
I know some of the YFTKs are good too.
Yeah. I believe that's one of the other ones too.
Yeah, see, because I'm looking at some other
Manufacturing.
stuff and you can see they have to add the cart.
Yeah. There's a couple standout clones. Because I mean, let's be honest, they're probably made by it's probably the same run.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there's some of them. Yeah, Socrates, you're right. The recurve, I have one of them coming eventually. I shouldn't say, but it'll be here. I almost bought one, and then I knew I had one as a gift coming in my car. I'll just wait on it.
I've got a second one coming. I got a new uh, what are they? The top side, the single top side.
Oh, single. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to put this recurve on it and use my other one for flavor testing. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this. This is the Pyro V2. It's a squonkable RDTA.
Mm-mm.
Flavorant's all right. You have to, you got to wick it thin. I picked up these. They weren't the cotton threads. They were the Geek Vape ones. They are. You have to comb them out so damn much. They are super thick.
Mm.
And I mean, even though like you can actually pull them apart, and they're so long that you can use them easily for two foils. And basically, because when a 3 millimeter, it's tough to get. It's like 3.5. It'll work great.
Huh.
John Carlos saying a pretty fantastic clones, cough, not clones, cough. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, as far as tanks, I go with these the Kylan. This is a Kylan Mini from Vandy Vape, and I mean the flavor is on par with an RDA. It's got such a short chimney.
Yeah, and that's kind of like that gear RTA is supposed to be really good that way that Tam has.
Yep.
Like this one, actually, if you crank it up, this is the Hive, the 28 millimeter. And it has a ton of airflow. So you want to put coils in, you can crank up. Like I run it in like 90 watts all the time. And I get good flavor.
I have the only RDTA that I have is that original iJoy. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, the Limitless. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first one. And I broke the glass with camera replacement glass, and then like the 510 stripped out.
I just didn't like. It seemed like it didn't wick right to me. Like I was constantly having to tip it up. Like it didn't have enough pressure release. Like air could get in there so that it could wick properly.
That's what I like about this. I mean, you can kind of see it. It's a little dry right now because it was sitting, but the coils, they do sit kind of high, and then you just get the wicks just into the glass a little bit where you can almost see them. And I actually had to thin it out a little bit because I had it too thick, and I probably could re-wick and just really thin it out because you can see like a little bit of a gap there to try to help with the wicking. But it has these two plugs, and they give you spares, and that just just sets in there. Holds it tight, and the airflow, surprisingly, it's up top. I mean, you turn this and there's you can see like a little sight glass, and like right there, this thing's wide open. Wow. Yeah, it's wide open. Then you can turn it all the way down. Nothing, but you can see like in the top cap. I'll pull it up or not. It's going to be way too. You can almost see. There you go. You can kind of see it right there. You see like the airflow slots.
Yeah.
So it goes down and goes through and then up, or down and over, whatever. It's definitely innovative the way they did it. I'm still running Tam's Bleeding Berry Cobbler in this one. I don't get it's good flavor, but it's not great flavor. Maybe a couple more wickings, and I might actually throw a review up for it because I haven't done a hardware review in like 7-8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can taste it, but I can't taste it. It's like there's like a burnt something there. It's like the wicking's just not getting wet enough.
Yeah.
It just might be I have it too thick though. I'm probably gonna re-wick it, give it a better shot. The Wasp RTA, I want to get that one. It looks, you don't need juice flow anymore, really. He's saying about no juice flow control. It's like there's a lot of things that don't have juice flow control anymore. That was kind of a fad that you can. No, a lot of them had them, so now a lot of people think that they all need them, and they don't. Like this doesn't have juice flow control. It's a ton of airflow, but no juice flow control.
That's one of my complaints with the original Kylan, is that it had a juice flow control. And if you start cranking on it to turn the juice flow control, it'll make the
airflow open up.
No, it makes the bell actually stick to the deck so that when you're taking apart, you can't get the bell off to re-wick.
Oh, okay, yep.
And I end up having to go grab some silicone and you try to get a good grip on it, and it got to the point to where when I put it back together, I just hope that the juice flow controls open when it's finishes screwing on, so I don't have to mess with it.
Raven's getting Cap's vanilla cupcake. No, get the TFA one. Cap's one's not as good. Definitely get the sugar cookie though from Cap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a revisit strawberry show in the near future because there's some really good strawberries that have come out lately. I did the very first or second episode. I did strawberry.
Yeah, and you were talking about Cap's new sweet strawberry. Strawberry is one of those things you can throw out a raspberry to kind of
you brighten it up.
Yeah, brighten it up and fill it out a little more.
Yeah, let me see. Mine's a rebottle. Yeah, from DIY Vapor Supply, the Cap ripe strawberries. Yeah, this stuff. I mean, to smell it, it's definitely better than TFA ripe strawberry, and you can actually lick this one and you taste it. It tastes like you just ate a strawberry.
Really,
it's the most authentic strawberry I found yet. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to put one of them in the schedule.
I'm down with that. It's my all-day vape strawberry.
I did get the one-on-one strawberry ripe. I haven't tried this one yet.
I'm very basic that way.
Let me shake it up a little bit. That was good. A little bit more of a chemical note.
Just realized that I have my squonk pin in this loop.
And on a regular box.
Using it on a regular box. Luckily, it's not prone to slipping out the bottom.
Oh, good.
Yeah, as you'll notice, I've got two really old IPv5s.
Nice.
And I had gotten, the profile, the mesh one. Yeah. And I popped it on there and I didn't realize that it comes with the squonk pin installed. Luckily, these things are really easy to take apart and clean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a profile finally coming tomorrow. The RDA. I didn't get the tank yet, but I'll only play with the RDA a little bit.
I want to give away on Advanced Vapor Supply's channel, and it's weird. It's hard to get used to because it's not as warm. It's flavorful, but it's just different. I like it. It's just not one of those ones that I want to vape all day because I'm just used to what I'm used to,
Yeah.
And putting it on like a mechanical squonk. Oh my gosh. It doesn't wick as fast as it should. It seems like, so you get dry hits unless you just like barely hit it. Cause you have no control over, the ohms of that mesh. So
yeah, I think with the mesh that comes with it, the Watofo mesh, I think it's like a 0.18 or something. They recommend like 45 to 55 watts. So on like a top side single,
yeah,
it'd be fine. Set it 50 watts and forget it.
Yeah, I
normally vape that around 50 watts anyway, whatever I put on that one.
I threw it on one of those little pulses, and I was using the OFRF mesh, and it was down at 1.5, and it was just too much. It was throwing like 115 watts at that mesh.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, Yeah,
I
it
just
was.
see it flaming up and getting fire right in your mouth.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, this thing I've had this since August. This Cloud Chasers Hive, and I like it. At first, I didn't like it. Then I figured out how to wick it. I was wicking it too heavy because it will leak if you don't wick it thick enough. But 3 millimeter, you're fine. I was going like 3.5, 4 big coils, and it was just too dry.
I put the same build in every single Addy. I swear. Dual coil, tricore fused Claptons, nichrome, 3 millimeters, 5 wraps, 0.15 to 0.17.
Yeah.
I do.
I like vaping at 90 to 100 and 10-ish watts usually. All day.
Yeah, I do the same thing. When I'm testing recipes or flavors, I'm going single coil like this, but most of the time it's like a Kennedy, a Kennedy 25 with some big old triple fuse Claptons or even quad fuse Claptons. But I prefer stainless steel. It's a lot crisper tasting to me.
I think I get better flavor out of stainless than I do nichrome.
Mm-hmm.
I used Canthal forever, probably until like 6 or 8 months ago, and then got turned on to other metals, and I was like, oh, juices can taste really good as shit.
Yeah, Canthal is just
stuck with NI80.
Canthal is just kind of, I don't know. It's just like it makes things muddy.
Yeah, and the ramp up time is stupid when you go back to it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're
Yeah.
like, oh my god! Like I tried a Canthal build like I don't know 3 or 4 months ago in my recoil, and I was like, this is gross. I'm taking this out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably all started with Canthal. Like I remember buying my Coil Master kit, and it came with a spool of like 10-foot spool or whatever of 26 gauge Canthal, and I was just like, oh, okay.
The first things I learned how to build were Pro Tank 2s and Pro Tank 1s and EVODs, which I still rebuilt. This is my other guitar player from the Disheartened Louis setup, and this is what he vapes like all day. A Pro Tank 2 on, and I stick 30. But I rebuilt tanks for him. I do little tiny nano coils where it's like a 1.5 drill bit, and I do 9 wraps of 28 gauge, and it comes out to like 1.5 ohms. So it's kind of like a Nautilus coil almost inside of a Pro Tank.
Yeah, because Nautilus is anywhere between 1.6 and 1.8.
Yep. And then I give him like 7 to 9 milligram liquid in these, and he fucking loves it.
Yeah, you've got some patience to rebuild those coils.
That's what I learned. That's the first coils I learned how to build with those from Ruby Roo.
Me too.
Well, that's like the Addy tuning coils and the K funds. I mean, it's was a staggered fuse or a frame staple, 3/16 ounce frame staple comes out to a 0.13.
Yeah.
Or 0.3, I mean.
And a K fun?
And a K fun.
Yeah, his modded K fun.
It's got
super fat airflow on it.
I mean, you can see the airflow holes.
He's got the Dremeled out the wicking ports and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, like I'm running 40 watts, and it's a nice restricted lung hit. I mean,
well, I vape the pod all day. Got the Breeze 2 at work so that I can stealth vape.
Oh, there you go.
Got a My Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Rock from Boulder.
I care.
And the Rock from Boulder, I've actually put max VG liquid in that, and it wicks.
Nice.
It's it's about 80-20.
I just like these because you change out the coils instead of wasting the whole pod, and
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It makes it easier to kind of test flavors in them too. You can swap out coils and rinse out the pod. And
what is that system called?
It's a Breeze 2. They came out with they came out with another one that's like
right?
They came out with another one that's like the Nautilus AIO.
Yeah.
All-in-one, and it takes Nautilus coils.
Yeah, I just saw that actually a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing except for it takes Nautilus coils.
That's cool. I have some Nautilus coils still, and I don't think my Nautilus works anymore, actually. I think I can't even remember what happened to the Nautilus, but my Nautilus worked forever, and it actually just stopped working like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. I had it for 2015.
Yeah, Vapor DNA is running. They have the Aspire Cobble pod system for sale. It's on clearance for like $13.
Oh shit.
And I know at a vape shop, that one of the local vape shops, they have the pods. They're like a 3-pack for like $5. They're cheap. And the pods, it depends on what you're running through them and how long they're going to last.
Right.
And they look like if you want to crack them open, you could probably rebuild them. I mean, just a tiny little 30 gauge in there or 28 gauge.
Yeah, and
bunch of wraps.
You get so little flavor through them. You have to throw some sweetener at it in those pod recipes too. And so, I mean, my coils last anywhere from 3 weeks to a month, because you're not running that much through them. I'll mix a 30 ml bottle of pod juice, high Nick, and it lasts me a month or more. 30 mils.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that's why they sell that 30, like the 30 mil stuff. They sell it so expensive because people, they're not buying as much, so they still want to try to get their money out of them.
Right.
Yeah, I've had this bottle of pod juice for probably a month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I have the one pod I was checking out because a guy at work, he had heart issues. Came back to work and I saw him with a cigarette again. I just looked at him. I just wanted to punch him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You were out of work for like 6 months. Jeez. With a heart attack and had bypass and all this stuff going on. And he comes back and all of a sudden I smelled it on him. I didn't even see him with the cigarette. I'm like, I just looked at him. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then I saw him and he had the boulder or the rock where from Boulder. He said his wife found them online. And I said, well, good. I said, and I actually still had the bottle of the nastiest tobacco juice that came with mine. It was like 18 milligram or whatever. I didn't even open it because just to look at it, I'm like, that's just going to suck. So I'm like, you liking it? He goes, oh yeah, it's okay. I said, well, here, you can have it.
Subvapes is asking which raspberry mix would you suggest to go with strawberries in a pavlova recipe? I'd look at what Pippa did in her raspberry macaron. She throws some Inawera Melina raspberry at it, like 0.5%.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to back it up with a strawberry, something like shisha strawberry or even the TFA strawberry sweet might help it out a little bit. That would be really good. The other one that I might throw at it is JF strawberry sweet. That one's one that non-strawberry tasters can taste when you mix it with shisha strawberry. Inawera shisha strawberry, it's really good.
Yeah, I like that one too. I have that one. I think a 30 ml bottle right here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Jungle Flavor Strawberry Sweet.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, it's part of one of my binges at ECX. I got the yellow cake from Jungle Flavors. I got the cookie. I got the honeydew melon. What else I get from them? Their biscuit. Yeah, then I got some Flavor Express, a couple Flavor Express flavors. Yeah, Bavarian cream from Jungle Flavors. Yeah, that Jungle Flavors Bavarian cream. That stuff is dark. I don't care what anybody says. That's heavy. That is a heavy Bavarian cream.
I've not tried it. I have it. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, if you compare it with TFA or even with Flavor Arts, and it's a heavy, dark. After it steeps, off the shake, you don't really taste the difference. But you give it a few days, and it darkens up. Like I did a remix of Addie's yogurt, and I just wanted to throw some different stuff in there. I threw I still use the same kiwi, but I used like VSO blueberry, and I threw a Jungle Flavors Bavarian cream at it.
I remember that recipe.
Yeah, no, it was Addie's custard because I used Fresh's custard base on it. And yeah, it did not off the shake. It tasted really good, but about middle of the week, because Mary Beth had said to me, she goes, "Yeah, that Jungle Flavors Bavarian cream gets pretty dark, doesn't it?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." Then I tried it. I'm like, "Oh yeah." I mean, you almost get like a chocolate note to it. So dark and heavy.
That could be useful though.
Oh, it can be. It just in that mix, it wasn't.
Right.
I was really like, oh shit. It's like, whoops. Pip is saying it. Jungle Flavor Sweet Strawberry changed her life 6 months ago.
Definitely. Well, we have to give ID10T the credit for that, coming up with a Dave Berry Trinity of JF Sweet Strawberry, Inaware Shisha Strawberry, and FA Red Touch.
That's what's in here.
Yep.
Oh.
Mixed with Fresh's custard base.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's my ADV right now.
Oh, I may have to do that one. I haven't done that one yet with Fresh's custard base.
I'll drop that recipe in chat.
Oh yeah, please.
My favorite strawberry is Shisha. I like when I'm going for a strawberry and a vape, I really like that syrupy, sweet strawberry syrup. Sometimes it doesn't fit though. And like if you're doing a strawberry and cream or a strawberry milk, it just turns into strawberry quick.
Oh wow, just 2.5% shisha strawberry. Holy shit.
I'm also a strawberry mute, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why it's a little bit higher than people might expect.
I pump it up to about 1.5 in my cajolery mix, and I really like it like that.
Cool. Well, guys, seems like we're winding down, and what's Pippa saying? Maybe I should do a green version and call it that. What's kryptonite? Is it rhodonite? Kryptonite?
Yeah. A cactus macaron.
Which one hasn't Socrates found yet, as far as Inawares? Something green. I don't know. I missed their conversation.
Me too.
Let's let these people go here on this nice Sunday. It's turned out to be pretty nice out there.
Yeah, it's nice and sunny here too after monsoon rains yesterday.
Yeah, so we were supposed to get that today. It seemed like it rained a little bit this morning, then it cleared out. And
we even got a little bit of Adam snow last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Keep that shit up there.
Yeah, right.
It looks like we're not getting any the rest of the week, so.
Yeah, so I checked the weather for Tuesday in Boston. It's supposed to be 50. I'm like, all right, I can live with that.
Yeah, I've got 50s all week. Next Sunday is 62. Woo!
There you go.
I'll take that.
Hell yeah. Probably Cubs home opener weekend, right?
Ugh.
Baseball.
Your voice. Your
White
voice.
black, bro.
Baseball, what's that? It's still hockey season.
Not for my team. My team got mathematically eliminated yesterday.
Mine's making it this year.
My team is terrible, so.
Mine's a mess.
Well, the first half of the year, we looked just as bad as Chicago, and I don't know how we did it, but we've turned it around, and now we're about to overtake first in our division. So, yeah.
Yeah, Flyers is they're a mess. I don't know what the hell's going on.
My team's not
they can only fire so many people.
Kind ground.
What?
I'm a Devils fan.
Oh, you're a Devils fan.
Even worse than a Blackhawks fan.
Anymore,
yeah.
When the Devils moved to, well, that's what they moved.
I think St. Louis actually just beat New Jersey yesterday.
Yeah, in overtime, we were tired because we played the night before. We got beat the night before too. Played the Rangers the night before, and I mean they sucked too. Couldn't beat them, but
the Islanders stopped being good when they moved to Brooklyn. When they actually left the island, that was when they screwed up. James Capozzi actually had a real question. DTF, what should I budget to get started in mixing DIY flavors? How much money are you talking about budgeting? Because, I mean, let's see, interested in cereals and apple vapes. Well, let's see. Well, if you're going to get some cereals, get Cereal 27. If anything, look at Odd Drop on ELR. Look at his mixes, and you'll find plenty of cereal vapes that you'll love if you're a cereal vapor.
Apple snacks.
Yes. My recommendation to new mixers is always you don't just go buy flavors all willy-nilly. It's
No.
like going to the grocery store and buying what you like, and you end up coming home and you got nothing but potato chips and ramen noodles to eat.
Yeah.
What you want to do is you want to go out there and look for highly rated recipes that you think you want to try, you think are going to be good and that you want to try, and
Absolutely.
buy the flavors to mix those. Pick
Mhm.
out about 4 or 5 for your first order and just buy those flavors. And then the next time you're ready to do it again, maybe twice a month, do an order like that and pick, buy flavors to mix 4 or 5 recipes, and you'll spend maybe $60 a month. And before you know it, you'll have 300 flavors.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you, Mike, and Tam are supposed to be working on a video doing that, right? Showing the new mixers what to buy.
Definitely. We've kind of gotten some feedback from Fresh, and I looked at all the most used flavors on ATF and ELR, and
Mhm.
we're trying to come up with, like kind of some guidelines on what the best strawberries, what the best, sweet creams, those kind of things, what the best of each profile. Kind of trying to keep it under maybe 100 or so.
Yeah. If anything, I would try to do like I know when I first bought my sample pack, it came with the VG and the PG and some Nick, and you got to pick 15 flavors. And I went on ELR, and I was watching Fresh a lot, Fresh from the Kitchen with Brian and everything. And I was looking at Fresh's recipes, and I found Wayne's, and I was looking at a couple of his, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to buy the stuff to mix this one, and this one, and just took it from there. Let's say now 500 flavors later.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Tam.
Yeah. Yeah. Tam's doing that to me too. It's
Yeah,
like,
you start talking to her. Next thing you know, you're on from DIY Vapor Supply. You're on Gremlin. I've been pretty good. No offense to the guys at Chefs, but I've only placed one order at Chefs, and that was back in November when they did a sale.
I order from Chefs all the time. I'm always grabbing Vape Train and Molenberry stuff from there, thanks to Pippa. And Tam's got all the Wonder flavors and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go on Noted, and it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was like yesterday when Vape and Trucker interviewed ID10T. Talking about he doesn't have a chance to do anything else now except single flavor test for Noted. Like most of his flavors is stuff that he just has for that, and he might have a couple of things he mixes on his own, but it's pretty much that's taken over his mixing life.
I couldn't do that. I spend a month preparing for a show. It seems like because I'll want the flavors to steep for a couple weeks, and I'll try them the first week, try them the second week, and then I'll come back and revisit them. And like for the lemon show, I've got 28 lemons because I'm a lemon junkie. I love lemon, so I've got 28 of them, and man, it's just it gets daunting.
Oh yeah. Well, the good thing about it over there, it seems like they give you guys enough notice. Like they have like months planned out. Like
Right.
They probably already have May and June already planned out, and here we are, at the end of March.
Yeah, like the lemon show's tomorrow, and I'm preparing for a boysenberry show 3 weeks later already.
Yeah, because I think Pippa's supposed to be on one. I thought it may have gotten moved. I'm not sure. I think she was going to do one she was talking about, and Fresh is on there every once in a while, and 28 lemons, life gives you lemons. That's right. You make lemon flavored e-liquid.
That's right. That's going to be a good one, though. We're going to definitely bash on Inawera for them changing theirs so much. I
always say Inawera is like my first ex-wife. Can't trust her. I say the Inawera biscuit has not changed, though. I have 2 bottles. One was a newer bottle, and one's bottle I've had for 2 years, and there's no difference in taste.
Yep, my new bottle smells and tastes exactly the same, thankfully.
Yeah. I think if they would have changed biscuit and or cactus, they probably would have started another world war.
Yeah, Poland would be invaded.
Shisha strawberry,
Oh, don't take my shisha strawberry, please.
Give me shisha strawberry, give me death. Oh,
Right.
that's right. Pippa's got to do jury duty.
Yeah, I've got that coming up in May.
I'm lucky. I send him and actually I can do it online now. I don't even have to mail anything back to him. Hey, I'm a truck driver. I'm not available. Okay, no problem. You're out. Just don't worry about it. You're good. See you in a couple years. We'll ask you again.
I just go and act psychotic and racist or something, and they refuse me.
Yeah, that's what Pippa should have did. I mean, maybe it's different over there. You know, they don't care, but yeah, you should have just went in there acting a little loopy.
I've never
maybe went in there and just blew a big cloud in the middle of the get out of here.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think they have anybody for next week for hard candy since Pippa dropped out.
Oh, that's what it was, hard candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been good for that one anyway. I think I have, as far as hard candy, I don't think I have anything that's hard candy. I mean, there's stuff I'm sure I could create a hard candy, but
you don't have Flavor West's hairspray?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's awesome.
For the paying free sandwiches. What they give you? I know over here they only pay you like $15-20 a day or something for jury duty.
Here.
Is that what it is? I don't even know anymore.
$17.
I remember one time I got to think they wanted me to be on a grand jury. I'm like, yeah, you can kiss my ass. A whopping $40 a day?
$40 a day and a PB&J.
And that's it.
Sounds like a rap song.
It does. $160 a day if you're on a case now. Oh wow.
Yeah, but their $160 doesn't equal our $160.
Yeah, it's like $100.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, she ain't doing nothing else.
Right.
She's mixing, and that'll work. Alabama grand jury was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, yeah, you can buy some flavor. Oh, and free tea and coffee. There you go. Mr. Berg, you've always wanted to do jury duty? Come on now. All right, gang, let's let these people out of here. It's getting silly.
All right.
Congress, anywhere else they can find you?
Yeah, ATF and ELR as Kind Ground. I'm going to be on Noted tomorrow, like I mentioned, talking with Dave about 28 different lemons. I'm kind of gaining the crown of Lemon King here. I think they're pretty much going to just hand over the show to me. I'll share some notes after that. I'll drop some notes on all the different Facebook groups so that everybody can have my notes as well. See what I think of all these lemons. There are a couple that I broke by pushing them too high, but I'm fixing to dilute them and try them again, review them this evening. I'm going to be on a boysenberry show a little later in April. I think it's in like 3 weeks on Noted. There aren't a whole lot of boysenberries, but I've got about 10 that I'm going to talk about. So
nice. Yeah, I just pulled up Bill D Lemonade.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I don't have Vape Train Sour Lemon.
Oh, that's really good.
But lemon Sicily Flavor Express Lemon. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's one of those recipes it's kind of fits in both worlds of kind of like realistic and candy-ish. It's got the nice sweetness that you want lemonade to have, but it's also really tart. That Vape Train sour lemon really makes it.
I believe it. Yeah. Yes, yeah. I have to look and see. I have to see if both cities got that one. If not, I'll find it around.
All right.
So Adam, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh man, Kind Ground, thanks for stepping in. I appreciate it. Definitely have you on again. I did make you a wrench in the chat, so if you wanted to throw anything out there.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Adam, what do you got going on this week, brother?
Oh, a whole lot of nothing. No, just mostly just practicing with the band and probably more working on new stuff. Other than that, not a whole lot. I'm designing 2 logos for 2 other bands right now, so that's what I'm pretty much going to be working on hardcore the rest of the week. So
nice. And you've been hanging out in the evenings on Twitch with Lumi and Nurse.
did you like your
Yeah,
DTF? He's dynamite.
exactly. I'm thinking I have to put that in.
You get a big welcome when you come and join us on Lumi's Twitch channel. So
It's so cute when Lumi does it too, because it's high pitched voice.
Right. But yeah, dude, thanks for having me as always. It was awesome chilling with you and Kind Ground here.
Yeah, Wednesday night, you have TJ show.
Yeah, join us on TJ's show on Golf T Vapes and join our little group, and you can vote on a song for me to cover. This past week I did Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin, so the possibilities are endless.
Yes, exactly. It's what, the top 100 from like the 80s, 90s.
It can be any top 100 song as long as it charted on Billboard and it's not completely impossible for me to sing or play. I'll do it. So yeah, find me on ELR under Madam I'm Adam. I have quite a few recipes on there to share, so mix them up and give me some feedback. I love it. And after that, go and check out my bands, Eddie and the Arsons and the Disheartened, and
Awesome.
we will pleasure your ear holes. Thanks, Frank.
Hey, thank you. All right, guys. Let's see, we had fun. I'm trying to think. I don't even know what next week is, but just keep it out. Keep look. It'll be out there.
Right on.
All right. Everybody have a good week. As Fresh says, educate, advocate, and I'll throw in reciprocate. You guys all have a good week. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.